Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. I've recently been thinking about my prayers and how I speak to God. And in particular, I've been thinking about how and what I ask for. And today, I'd like to speak to you about how I've changed my du'as. I'm a mum of 3, 2 of whom are teenagers. So as you can imagine, my children's needs and desires are often very different and in complete conflict to what I want for them. For example, their obsession with certain friends and fashions is a daily frustration. But what I'm trying to remember is never to threaten my children with the punishment of Allah. And instead, I remind them of God's love and mercy. And I try to make them understand that it is not our worship and our prayer that makes God love us, but rather His unconditional love that makes us want to obey and worship Him. He's that bestest friend that is always there, always forgives, and always guides us to the right path. I remind my family of something I heard in a recent podcast by Helwa, where she talks about 2 boats being lost in the ocean. And she says, if 2 boats are lost in the middle of the night in the deep sea, they can see each other, but they can't help each other, as those boats cannot anchor to each other. Boats need something strong and still, and something which provides them security to anchor to. We as humans often forget to be grounded in our remembrance of Allah. We anchor to other humans and worldly goods and forget that these are forever moving and changing. We also have high expectations of people. We trust them, we rely on them, and often we have an unrealistic need for them. I tell my teens we should only anchor to Allah and only expect from Him alone. He knows our desires more than we know ourselves. But more importantly, I realise, and what I am trying to instill in my young family, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows our needs. He knows what we need, and our needs are different to what we desire. The needs are more important, even if we, in that time or place, don't know it. So we have to submit ourselves and trust Allah completely and be thankful for what He gives us. I now ask, so I've now changed my du'as and I ask Allah for mercy and benefits. And I say, Ya Allah, you know what is best for me and my family. Please give us what we need and help us to desire only what we need. And even if it feels impossible, please help us to submit to your plan and accept what you have chosen for us. I'd like to end with a short prayer from Halwa. My Lord, remind me that what is with you is good for my heart, and help me to never forget you. Ameen.